Hi, my name is Steve Doherty, and I'm one of the founding co-chairs of the Progressive States Network, and I'm from Montana. And I'm very honored to give the closing remarks tonight and very humbled to be in such august and distinguished company and good friends. I think, first of all, I would like to thank our staff very much, because one of the few things that we have done right at Progressive States Network, and we're going to do a lot more things right, is that we've hired incredibly talented, smart as whipped people and turned them loose. So thank you, Joel, and thank you to the staff. There's an old populist saying in places like Montana and South Dakota that goes, raise less corn and more hell. And I don't know what's going to happen to the corn crop in Iowa with the floods, but I know that we're going to be raising a little hell in the next legislative session around the country. And why is it important? And we've talked about it, and you're here tonight as ample evidence that you've bought in. The national stuff is incredible. And the opportunity to finally get something going on in Washington, D.C. is something that moves all of us. But with all due respect to Washington, D.C., and even if we do have a good friend elected president, they're still going to need 60 votes to move anything in the U.S. Senate. And the only way that they're going to move those votes, and the only way that we're going to get those things done, is if things happen at the state level to give those folks the backing that they need, and the backbone sometimes that they need to do the right thing. And I think that's where it's going to happen, regardless of who is elected president. And like many of the folks here tonight, I have my favorite. Delegate Gutierrez mentioned that it was sometimes lonely out there. And I think this organization was born of a feeling among legislators that it was lonely out there. Now, there were prior organizations that brought folks together and exchanged ideas and got things going. And we've built on that solid foundation, and thank them for the work I thank them for the work that they did. But the idea here is that we wanted to put a point on it, that we wanted to go out and do politics, that we wanted to go out and change the world. And I'm here to report, and looking at the honorees tonight, that we're helping to change the world. And it's coming about because state legislators on the front lines are having the courage and having the resources with that crackerjack staff that I mentioned before in the war room during legislative campaigns, and the ideas of messaging and what's happened in other states and how we can compare it and how we can use it and how we can put a point on it and how we can drive the agenda. So you can see by these incredibly talented folks that we're honoring here tonight that it's moving. So the state of the movement is good. And I would also like to tell you that after our board meeting today, that the state of the organization is good. And thank you for being here and helping to keep the doors open. We appreciate that very, very much. And it's not as lonely out there for those state legislators, for those people in citizens organizations, and those people who are on the front lines of attempting to make change and make positive change and move that progressive agenda along. So that means that the work will go on, and we'll be raising a little less corn and a lot more hell. And thank you for being here tonight, and thank you.